Mike versus Gavin. You know this one's going to be all action. Gavin's the master of the flying guillotine, and Mike has done some impressive work so far with his guard and his submissions. So Mike quickly sits to guard. Now Gavin has to try to find a way to get around the legs. So see how Mike had a wrist grip. He looked to pull Gavin in. Gavin was able to move away and break the connection. Now he's trying to hit a guard pass here, but it ends up unsuccessful. And I think what happened is that Gavin immediately looked to control the head, but a good guard player like Mike in this situation is just going to keep his knees to his chest and just look to keep his frames. See how they're moving basically in like a 360 into a circle there, because Mike just kept his knees to his chest and just let the rotation happen, and now they end up in this position where it's almost kind of an over-under, but Gavin has to worry about that exposed arm. His elbow is pretty exposed here, and Mike's going to look to lock up. Now he could threaten a back triangle or a Kimura. Gavin puts his back to the floor, so now this is a back triangle or an arm lock situation. But Mike's starting to lose the back here in this transition. Gavin's looking to shake him off and try to end up in close guard, which would be much better for Gavin than Mike being on his back. Now he's back to close guard, but he's got to watch out because Mike's still looking to get an angle, and he's still in a good position here. Gavin's got to look to posture up. He can either stand or look to push the knee.
Get rid of those grips. Posture up.
He tries to stand up. Mike hooks under the leg to get the angle. Now he's on an arm lock. Here, belly down arm lock. He's going to look to grab that far leg and pull it towards him to put Gavin onto his back. Very slick transition, so watch. As Gavin stands, Mike hooks under the leg. He's going to bring his own head as close as he can to that foot, and that lets him throw the other leg over. This happens with arm locks all the time. You kind of end up in this position, so what Mike does here, he lets his head kind of come out, so he's looking at the feet. And now in this situation, you can really grab either leg. The far leg, I find, works better, and then he's just going to look to pull, and that does the work of dumping Gavin over to his back. And now he's attacking an arm lock from the top position. Even though Gavin has some pretty nifty arm locks escapes, this is going to be really tough. And see how deep Mike is on with his arms. He almost has a rear naked choke grip. He breaks the grip, and he falls back and gets the wrist. Beautiful armbar setup. And Mike Libb stays undefeated in Group A.